you're watching ERi-TV English News broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Han Barhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Augmenting national fund to combat COVID-19 pandemic. Olaf Scholz elected as Chancellor, ending Germany's Merkel era. Helicopter crashes with India's defense chief on board. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 20 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in central and southern regions. Out of these, 13 patients are from testing stations in the central region, 7 patients are from testing stations in Mandafira 3, Dubarwa 2, and Adik Ayeh 2, southern region. On the other hand, 11 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 7,322, while the number of deaths stands at 62. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,533. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 8 December 2021. Nationals abroad contributed over 1.2 million USD aimed at augmenting the national fund to fight the spread of COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Health reported. According to the report, the $900,000 was gathered through the Eritrean embassy to the US and the remaining $206,283 USD through the Office of Consul General in Canada. In related news, Turkish Airlines contributed 43,530 USD, Egypt Air 39,270 USD, Tarco Aviation 39,180 USD, Mr. Mulgeta Ta'ames 300 USD, and Miss Mary Amara 100 USD. The National Union of Eritrea Women branch in Afabet subzone organized a 6-month training on sewing to 24 females in Felket administrative area. At the graduation ceremony conducted on 5 December, the head of National Union of Eritrea Women branch in Afabet subzone, Ms. Fatina Hamid, stating that the training is part of the effort being exerted to empower women, called on the trainees to apply the skills they have gained in a practice and become economically self-supportive. Mr. Hamid Dar, administrator of Felket administrative area, on his part, called on the trainees to upgrade the knowledge they have gained in practice and become role models in their area. Finally, prizes were handed over to outstanding trainees and certificate of recognition to individuals and stakeholders for their participation in realizing the training program. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. German lawmakers elected Social Democrat Olaf Scholz as new chancellor today, ending 16 years of conservative rule under Angela Merkel and paving the way of a pro-European coalition government that has promised to boost green investment. Scholz, 63, who served as a vice-chancellor and finance minister in Merkel's outgoing government, got a clear majority of 395 votes from lawmakers in the lower house of parliament. Merkel, 67, who is no longer a member of parliament, looked on from the spectators' gallery as parliament voted. She has said she will not seek another political role. After shepherding Germany through a turbulent era, she has not disclosed any future plans, but she said earlier this year that she will take time to read and sleep, and then let's see where I show up. A helicopter carrying India's defense chief, General Bipin Rawat, has crashed in the southern state of Tamil Nadu, killing at least 4 people and injuring 3, according to the media reports. There was no immediate confirmation of the number of people on the helicopter. News channels showed a flight manifest that displayed the names of 9 passengers, including Rawat's wife and other senior defense officials. The press trust of India news agency said the helicopter was on its way from an Air Force base to the Defense Service Staff College when it crashed near Kannur in Tamil Nadu. Videos broadcast on India's news channel showed the helicopter in flames in the forested area near the college. The general, who has 4 decades of service behind him, has commanded forces in Indian administrated Kashmir and along the line of actual control bordering China. The Indian Air Force says an inquiry into the accident is underway. An Iranian envoy to the UN has issued a stern warning against acts of piracy targeting tankers carrying Iran's oil cargoes at sea, urging the international community to condemn such illegal measures that endanger freedom of navigation. Zahra Ershadi, Deputy Permanent Representative of the Iran to UN, made the remarks today in an address to the UN General Assembly meeting on oceans and law of the sea. She complained that the coronavirus pandemic and the U.S. imposition of sanctions under the so-called maximum pressure campaign had disrupted freedom of movement for Iranian vessels and affected the provision of national spaces needs such as food, medicine, and medical equipment. Elsewhere, in her remarks, Zahra said that combating illegal and unreported and unregulated fishing should be on the agenda of all countries, recommending protecting endangered coastal ecosystems in the Persian Gulf and the Sea of Oman. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of headlines tonight. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Augmenting National Fund to combat COVID-19 pandemic. Olaf Scholz elected as Chancellor, ending Germany's Merkel era. Helicopter crashes with India's defense chief on board. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.